I had always dreamed of living near a quiet, beautiful lake, a place where I could sit on my porch with a cup of coffee and listen to the water ripple against the shore. When I finally bought the land, it wasn't just a house, it was an entire piece of property with the lake included. The lake was mine. But of course, peace never lasts long when you have a Karen nearby. At first, I didn't even know there was an HOA around here. My property was privately owned and not part of any homeowners association. I thought I was free from all that nonsense. That's when she showed up, the self proclaimed president of the local HOA. Let's call her Karen. Karen marched over one sunny afternoon while I was fixing my dock. She had that smug look on her face. You know the type. Arms crossed, sunglasses, speaking like she owns the whole world. "Excuse me," she barked. "You need to sign these papers. This lake is under our HOA jurisdiction, and you must follow our rules." I laughed at first, thinking she was joking. "Sorry, but I don't think so. This lake is part of my property deed. I don't need your HOA." Her face turned red instantly. "No one refuses our HOA rules," she snapped. "You have to join. Everyone around the lake pays fees, follows guidelines, and asks permission before making changes. If you don't, I'll have no choice but to take action." That was my first warning sign. Karen wasn't used to hearing the word no. Over the next few weeks, Karen made it her mission to harass me. She would leave nasty notes on my porch. "Your dock doesn't meet HOA standards. Remove your boat, it's not approved. You can't host guests without HOA permission." Each time I ignored her because I knew she had zero authority over me. But Karen couldn't handle being ignored. One Saturday, I had a few friends over. We were grilling by the water, laughing, and enjoying ourselves. Out of nowhere, Karen stormed over, phone in hand, yelling, "That's it! You're violating HOA rules. I told you, no parties without approval." I calmly told her again, "This is my property. Your HOA rules don't apply here." But instead of backing off, she smirked and said, "We'll see about that." She dialed 911. Within 15 minutes, two officers showed up. Karen was standing proudly with her arms folded, as if she had just won the lottery. "Officers," she exclaimed, "this man is refusing to comply with HOA rules. He's disturbing the peace, building illegally, and trespassing on HOA property." The cops turned to me, clearly confused. I handed them my property documents, showing them the deed and the map. "Actually, officers, this entire lake and the surrounding property is mine. I'm not part of any HOA." One of the officers raised an eyebrow. "So you own the lake?" "Yes, sir. Every inch of it, including the dock, the boat, and the land she's standing on right now." Karen's smile faded instantly. "That's ridiculous," she shouted. "The HOA controls this whole area. Everyone has to follow the rules." The officer looked at her sternly. "Ma'am, unless you can provide legal proof, it looks like you're trespassing on her property." Her jaw dropped. "What? I'm the HOA president. You can't talk to me like that." The second officer sighed. "Ma'am, HOA rules only apply to members. If his property deed doesn't include HOA obligations, then you have no authority here." That's when I decided to drop the final bombshell. I looked Karen straight in the eye and said, "You know what's funny? Not only do I own this lake, but I also own several of the rental homes in this neighborhood, including yours." Her face turned pale. She stammered, "Well, what do you mean?" I pulled out the paperwork I had prepared just in case. "Your lease. It's under my company's ownership, which means I'm your landlord." The officers actually chuckled. Karen's mouth opened and closed like a fish gasping for air. She couldn't believe it. All this time, she had been threatening me with HOA rules while living in a house I owned. The officers gave her a final warning about making false reports. "Next time you call 911 for something like this, you could face charges," one of them told her. Karen stormed off, humiliated, muttering about lawyers and power. But guess what? She never bothered me again. A week later, she sent me an email, polite for the first time ever, asking me if I can kindly renew her lease when the time comes. Oh, how the tables had turned. Now, every time I sit on my porch and look at that peaceful lake, I smile. Because I know one thing for certain. Karen may have tried to control me with fake HOA power, But at the end of the day, she has to pay rent to me. So, what would you have done in my situation? Would you have let Karen slide, or would you have kicked her out of the house she rents from you? Let me know in the comments below. I'm curious what you think.